Hello and welcome to all of our guests and listeners. My name is Alex and I work with the community team at Caduceus. Now, before we get started, I would also like to say a special thank you to our guests from Mechaverse, Metarace and Fox Wallet today. Thank you for attending this event, sorry. It's massively appreciated and thank you so much for joining. Now, just in case you're new here, I will give you a brief introduction about Caduceus. So Caduceus is a layer 1 blockchain dedicated to metaverse development, offers up to 100,000 TPS and almost non-existent gas fees, all powered by real-time edge rendering. Now, to find out more about Caduceus, please do follow our socials, join our community, and look out for the latest news and updates. So, today's topic, we have exploring the AIGC-driven metaverse, from digital entertainment to lifestyle changes. So I think it's going to be a really interesting one today, one that I'm looking forward to especially. So I'm actually very excited to be joined by some great speakers today who I will allow to introduce themselves. Emran from Mechaverse, maybe if you could start off and briefly introduce yourself and a little bit about the project, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, so thank you, Alex, for giving me opportunity. So hey everyone, my name is Imran. I'm the Metaverse community manager. And I'm very happy to participate in this space today. So thanks for organizing for the invitation. So let me briefly introduce myself. Since 2019, I'm the manager, a lot of Web3 community manager and handle a lot of the marketing team. Now I'm working at develop for a lot of the Web3 and Metaverse gaming project and programs. So now introduce my project about the Metaverse. So Metaverse is the meta-dimensional strategy gamify in the era of the Web3 NFT authorization. So many well known the Japanese IPS and our mission to build a comprehensive MetaMax platform. This platform will be enables to million of the build comprehensive of the MetaMax platform. And we will start to million of people to participate our Metaverse and blockchain based network. And yeah, this is our project details, and we will creative, interactive, and business. And our vision is Metaverse to build up and comprehensive for the IP Metaverse entertainment gateway. So yeah, thank you, Alex.
No, that's brilliant. And again, thank you so much for introducing yourself there. If I could pass it over to Jay at Metarace, it'd be great to get an introduction from yourself and a little bit about the project.
Hey guys, I'm Jay. I'm the community manager from Metarace. Metarace is a P2A game that combines the virtual and real worlds of horse racing. So in short, we're trying to break the barriers of normal walking people from different walks of life that generally are interested in horse racing but want to dabble a bit in crypto. So we are trying to merge both markets and basically educate people, and we are launching with Caduceus, so very excited to be here and get to speak about my project and the whole sector in general. I've been involved in crypto for the last 3 years. Originally just started off by collecting NFTs, and now I do it for full time, so it's basically my dream job. So really happy to be here, and yeah.
No, that's amazing. Thank you, Jay. I can definitely relate to that. It is an amazing feeling to be working in this space when it's something you're really passionate about. So no, that's really, really cool to hear. Actually, if we can pass this over to Lucky John from Artreus, if you'd like to maybe give yourself and the project a little bit of an introduction, that would be brilliant. Aspiring whale.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, all right. My name is actually Lucky John, and as we all know, I'm actually the product manager for Artreus. So at Artreus, we're actually trying to build a decentralized Play Store for the crypto community. So we actually started up building an NFT marketplace, which we've deployed on near blockchain. We're actually planning on deploying on Caduceus at the moment. So we want to build a decentralized place to whereby users can actually go there. When it comes to the security of your data, you can be rest assured that you actually share your data at your own will. So users can actually go there. It's more of like a decentralized store, more of like, I don't know if any of us know about Epic Store. Epic Store, yeah. So you can actually go there, buy games. Also, you can sell your games. Maybe you're done playing and you feel you want to sell it out as an NFT. So you can actually do that. So we've actually done some partnership with some partners that are actually going to help us bring that particular dream to life. So we are still in the research stage to see how it will be possible. So that's it.
Thank you, Lucky John. That all does sound very interesting. And again, looking forward to finding out a little bit more as we go through the AMA. So thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, if we can pass over to Natalie at Foxwallet and give yourself a little bit of an introduction and the project, that would be great.
Thank you so much for inviting us, Foxwallet today. So I'm a BD manager for Foxwallet. Foxwallet is so many words to describe it. Decentralized Web3 audited multi-chain and multi-address wallet. I guess I put all the adjectives in the right order, but anyway, I mean, that's the basically probably the most important thing about it is the fact that it's decentralized Web3 and multi-chain. We integrated Caduceus about half a year ago, I would say. And yeah, very happy to be here and share my thoughts and maybe also my team's thoughts on today's topics, even though we are not really maybe not that much related to the metaverse overall, but at the same time related product-wise, I would say, because this is something that Foxwallet would be a very good use case in the metaverse in the future. So yeah, very happy to be here today. For me, it's tonight. Yeah, for guys, it's today.
Depending on where you are in the world. But no, that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Natalie. That's great. Again, looking forward to hearing so much more about all of this as we go through the AMA today. So again, yeah, thank you all of you for your introductions. That's brilliant. Really looking forward to finding out more. Now, let's actually get into some questions that we have for today. So in the same order as the intros, I'd like to ask Emran from Mechaverse to answer first and then continue in the same pattern just to make everything nice and easy. Now, the first question that we actually have is, how do you think AIGC can be applied in the metaverse? What impact will it have on the development and the experience of the metaverse? So, Emran, what would you say to that question?
Okay, so Metaverse is the latest technology trend for the entertaining in the world right now. And it is a network for the 3D virtual worlds where user can interact to their respective avatar, as well the other digital entries like in the expensive virtual space. So the social connection can be simulated through the digital environment in the artificial intelligence. So here the AIGC, that's mean artificial intelligence company. So it can be mechanism while the future enhance and augment reality. And virtual reality and the blockchain mechanism, artificial intelligence involved in the creation and mechanisms that can be whisper natural language, and the process of information and act for the data almost the same way we will develop the blockchain technology right now, and this is same way human being the word too. So the AI does not processing in the enormous amount of the data we can generate every day. However, artificial intelligence can process a large amount of data faster, and actually it's more about this humans. So the images of the metaverse technology provides a lot of new the dimensional of the opportunities. So business, as they will be able to interact it and the customer and consumer for better, because metaverse will be growing for the customer and lot of the data and interrupted, and they will be created lot of the challenge and the problem. So where the important artificial intelligence expert to overcoming many of this challenge. So I think metaverse will be developed a lot of projected with the interpret in the new user, new customer, and the new consumer. So it's be a great for the our challenges accepted, and it's a artificial intelligence overcoming many of these challenges. Yeah, thank you.
No, that's a great answer. Thank you, man. I do agree that it would be helpful for overcoming many challenges within the metaverse and in life generally. So no, I think that's a great answer. Dave, for Metarace, if I could pass the same question over to yourself, and I will just say, if anybody needs me to repeat the question, please just let me know. That's not a problem at all. On mute,
Sorry,
Jay.
I was speaking with my mic on. Yeah, I think Imran put that quite well, to be honest with you. He covered quite a lot of the points that I was going to mention, but for me, the real what I'm most excited about is digital avatars with AI. So, going on to games that potentially can learn through machine learning on how you interact with the game, so you get a more personalized experience, or the game's learning about your movements or your actions or how you like to interact with the game. So it's always learning, and then potentially you'll have like NPCs giving you like your own user experience within the game. So I think that's going to be such a cool thing, because as a gamer myself, I believe that future games should be, when you play them, it should be like really personalized, and you don't want to. So, for example, like The Sims, you go and create a house, and it's really like generic, and you get a job that like you would in a real world. But for me, the metaverse is, wouldn't you want to do stuff that you wouldn't be able to do in the real world? So crazy things. Developers being able to make their own metaverses and create, worlds that they can continue developing. So the game would literally not end, and different communities coming together and all these sort of things. So and also with Chat GPT emerging, I'm sure everyone here has heard of Chat GPT. And the way that's going to be integrated into games is going to be amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, Imran, he touched on a lot of the points that I'm really excited about. Interfaces, digital avatars, creating realistic representation of users. So actually seeing yourself in a realistic way in a metaverse where you could be like, I don't know, a rocket scientist. So I'm really excited as a gamer myself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Jay. Again, another great answer. OpenAI, definitely changed the game with ChatGPT, and again, really excited to see how this develops into other fields and gaming and so on and so forth. So, no, brilliant. And Lucky John, if I could pass the same question on to yourself, that would be brilliant. And hear Artreus's opinion on this.
Yeah, all right. So I'm actually going to keep it very short because
no problem. Yeah.
All right, so I think it's going to, with the way the financial system is actually going down, a lot of companies want to really cut down costs, and when it actually comes to the development angle, a lot of work has to actually be put down to actually bring up a lot of contents. You have to hire a lot of artists, get some significant amount of engineers on board. I'm actually talking from my angle as a product manager. So you have to actually get a lot of people on board. So when you actually bring up a technology like this, it really cuts down costs. And for most cases, I think it's going to be very positive to help companies take the right decisions and actually focus on the vision of the product. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucky John. No, thank you very much. Short but sweet. Natalie, we can pass the same question over to yourself and Fox Wallet. That would be brilliant.
All right, thank you. So the guys have mentioned many things, which I guess, we all agree to. And I would rather probably just add a couple of points that I kind of have here. So first of all, probably related to the digital resources as well. Yeah, in terms of the companies have to cut down the costs, right? And in general, you are trying to be more efficient, because AIGC will work a lot about the product efficiency in general, not about only interaction, having fun and stuff. Because finally, with the AI in general, people started looking at Metaverse not as a, Snow Crash or, I don't know, Ready Player One thing. Yeah, like something that is kind of crazy from another world. People were joking about it, mostly even in November last year. I was at some Metaverse related event, and there were, I'd say 50% of the people who were very skeptical about Metaverse. They were like, what is that? Indeed, yeah, there's no foundation really. We don't really know how to define it correctly as we're building it at the moment, right? But at the same time now with the AIGC, there's actually kind of like a sort of path being built here for the Metaverse. And I would say actually that AIGC and Metaverse, they are very reciprocal. Can I say that? In a way that as like basically ChatGPT, for example, or AIGC, any kind of related technology, it paves the way as it matures for the Metaverse. And at the same time, Metaverse will use it in order to kind of like make the experience more personalized and stuff, and for the users. And I have a really interesting citation here that I found, because considering, I don't have like a very big crypto background or Metaverse or digital background or anything, nothing in tech, to be honest. But I have a really good citation there, which I really liked, and something that will kind of enhance, or I would say enhance the user experience in Metaverse using AIGC. So, in the virtual world dominated by native virtual creatures, any object and subject can have intelligent decision-making capabilities. In the Metaverse, people can interact with any object to meet not only efficiency-oriented needs, but also entertainment-oriented needs, but related basically to, to kind of this brain behind the virtual creatures, that will be generated by AIGC, right? And the way people feel immersed in the Metaverse is not the impact at the image level at first, but more through the interaction at the logical level, where they feel that the objects in the virtual world are the native species in it and participate in the construction and development of the Metaverse together with them. So basically, with the help of AIGC, the digital humans that will be created, let's say chatbots, for example, and the actual virtual human being, like my virtual representation, for example, in the Metaverse, we need to make sure that we somehow interact and we understand each other, and together we create the Metaverse. And that's where the AIGC steps in. Even though it's not purely AI, of course, it's just a sort of like an auxiliary here. But at the same time, that's, I guess, the final step in there, making this experience personalized, and at the same time being able logically to create something together, construct something together, humans and the digital creatures, if we can call it that way. So that's how I believe it probably will end up in the Metaverse.
No, and I think that's a really cool outlook on it, and no, I definitely would tend to agree. In a lot of our answers today to that question, actually, there was sort of a lot about gameplay and a lot about personalizing the experience, which actually leads on really well to our next question. Now, the next question is, how can AIGC change game design and gameplay experience? How can it create a more intelligent, personalized, and interactive gaming world? And again, the same order, Emran, if I could start with yourself, that'd be brilliant.
So thank you. So all is explained is so nicely, and actually AI right now is becoming a universal tool for the game design right now, and the design video game artificial intelligence still being its infancy. And game companies have already started to recognize attractive benefits such as option player experience, cost reduction, like ever since the first game that play IGCs of the 5-second video games have been the associate of the artificial intelligence. So the effect to solve the challenge computer defining the human expert strategy game such as chess, poker, and Go, the sufficiency advanced AI research. So in the term, it has the inherent design few of the new games. In the broad of the scenes, the most of the new videos completed to some from the AI, and neither is modern AI technology right now is the method can be applied the distance area to help company realize. So business benefit as well, for example, like through the enhanced potency effect, generating the content and the blazing in the game of the complexity, and the provider the intelligent likely to non-playing character, non-playing character likes NPCs, and AI improves the overall the user experience where the saving games company budget and the time read to time out to find out and how can we will be more development in the artificial intelligence right now. So about the important impact to AI games, typically like application and commonly used for AI method in the most popular games that utilize AI. So in the benefits, current limitation can be AI be applied in the future games also in AI. And right now we are seeing the ChatGPT for the more development and for this virtual reality. And so we will just comment it and getting the lot of the more information. That's why we will still the building, and we can say the gaming world and experiences world is so amazing for the ChatGPT or the AI technology. Yeah.
No, thank you, Emma. Again, some great points there. I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody else answers that. But I think especially what you touched on there and Jay touched on last time is the whole sort of AI with the NPCs and stuff within the game, you know, and how much more depth that can bring to a game. You know, as a gamer myself, I've spent a lot of time gaming over the years, and you know, the NPCs quite often have the same one-liner for you every time, no matter how many times you visit them or what stage in the game. It doesn't really matter that much. So to have something like that would change the whole dynamic of many games, and I think that's something really cool. Anyway, Jay, thank you. If I could pass on the same question to you, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, we already touched on NPCs. Obviously, the AIs will help them to you know, self-learn, as we touched earlier a little bit, in Natalie touched on it, where it's going to be continue learning and actually, like she said, build with people. So not only are you just playing by yourself, but you're basically going to be building with this bot that's basically like half human, half bot, and it's learning all the time. So it's just getting better and better and better. So I think that's going to be amazing. Also, I think it eliminates the predictability of games. Like you said, I've been playing a bit of God of War recently, and like you said, the NPCs just come up with one-liners and it's a bit boring sometimes. But not only that, I think that through the AI, it will be managed. You'll be managed to, you know, like play games through. It will probably learn your skill level, what to throw at you, what you like. So it's just going to make the games more intuitive, more innovative, and it's going to be incredible, I think. And yeah, I think a lot of problems with games now is that it's very predictable. You know, you either have like an easy mode, medium mode, hard mode. But what if the AI would throw you like this thing, like you're good at this, so I'm going to make it harder and just keep you on your toes. And you know, I feel like gamer experience within the metaverse is overlooked. You know, people are always interested in like ROI and, you know, like strategies and stuff like that. But originally, in my case, I'm a gamer. So when I go into a game, the game has to be also, you know, a pleasant experience for me to game. Otherwise, I'm going to get bored. So I believe that in my case, an AI would help, because if the game is in its, for example, a first version, but they have an AI in there where I could potentially create stuff or make stuff myself, then I wouldn't have to be like, you know, a developer with a high IQ, you know, and all this stuff. So for me, I think it's going to be, yeah, really, really great to have AI within the gaming sector.
Agreed. It really will be. Love the God of War mention there as well. Great game. Anyway, if we can move on to Lucky John, if I could put the same question to yourself, that would be brilliant.
Yeah. So I think Jay actually made mention of a lot of things, considering the fact that he's actually a gamer. So I think everybody would actually agree with me at some point that gaming was actually built mostly on AI. So what this current AI development is actually going to add to it is that it will actually help the current NPCs learn more about us as humans and improve our gaming styles. So there's a particular game I actually love playing, which is I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it, but it's actually cool. It's a strategy game. So there are some points that your opponents might actually bring up a particular strategy that you're actually familiar with, but at that particular time you forgot. It's actually Clash Royale, by the way. So you actually forgot about that strategy at that particular moment, but with the help of an AI, it can actually recommend some a particular player you're actually supposed to deploy at that particular moment. So that's more of like training also you as a player, and also helping you uh, play the game more interesting, and you actually it helps you become a winner at some points. So I think it's actually going to improve the gaming sector, helping us as humans synchronize more with our NPCs and make it more personal. So it can also improve our brain waves also as we actually play the game as we go. So that's actually all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucky John. Another great answer from Artreus. And again, Natalie, if we can pass this over to you and to hear your opinion and Fox Wallet side to this.
Yeah, so of course, again, I do agree with everything the guys have mentioned before, and probably I'll just add something from my side. So first of all, actually, something that was mentioned in the first section is the fact that, yeah, of course, on the like little points, yeah, of course, you're gonna have a more accurate avatar creation, yeah, with AI. There's digital humans existence. Also, there's another point is the multilingual. Oh my God, what's the word? Multi-language, can I say multilingual? Sorry, multilingual accessibility, basically, yeah, because of course, I'd say that AI in games would probably break the barriers, as well as for Metaverse itself. Yeah, it's just breaking the barriers between the gamers as well. I mean, I'm not a gamer myself because I quit when I was 13. It was too much for me. And then another point here is probably what was actually just mentioned by Lucky John, is the fact that games have had AI for a very long time already, and gaming industry are the ones who grasp the new technology really, really fast. Like, they're usually one of the first ones to get hold on it. Yeah, and I believe that gaming would probably a good testing or experimenting ground for AI. Because of course it's a very consuming product as well. Yeah, people do interact a lot with the games, you know, they're very interested in that and stuff. So it's a perfect experimenting ground product wise. And I mean, it's also good for testing in terms of like the workload that is going to be put on the games. Yeah, because as was mentioned before, with the AI, there would be less, you know, less costs, and it would be more like efficient on the product level. And you know, people, they adapt to consumption, you know, much or interaction, like with the but they adapt, their consuming needs adapt much faster right now, right? So basically now there's more workload needed, and AI would really help on that, you know, in terms of efficiently efficiently what's the word, oh my God, I've forgotten, efficiently kind of adapting to the needs of the consumers, you know. So AI will definitely help on that, and also be a great testing ground on the gaming industry in general.
Amazing, thank you, Natalie. So I think it's safe to say that we can all agree AI is going to have a huge impact in the gaming world, and one that we all seem to believe will be for the positive. So no, thank you everybody for answering that question. That was brilliant. So if I can move on to our third question of the day, which again I'll put straight to yourself, Emran, and then we'll follow in the same order, is will AIGC technology change people's culture and social behavior, for example? Can it be applied in areas such as education and healthcare? So I think this would be a very interesting question to put to you all, actually. Emran, if you could start off.
Okay, so the social behavior and the educational healthcare. So AI just played role to identify the performance of the drivers. So which is led for the new ascendance, objective measure, and the parameters for the behavior. And along the area accordingly, AI is also helpful. This the organization and behavior overcome and more imperative. So the use of the artificial intelligence like AI in the medicine will be generate the numerous application possibility to improve patient for care and provide the real-time data analysis and enable to continuous patient monitoring the improve patient care. So is the health information should be become familiar with the machine learning and the deep learning. Accordingly, they should have the strong background and the strong background for data analysis for the visualization to use. So additionally, it be good for the AI the clinically participate. Objective, the main objective, the study was the elevated and developed AI educational and clinic participate. So it's a main objectives to studies and evaluate the current state for the AI, turning the use tool and ensure the learning experience with the method, the comprehensive ecosystem. That's was the analysis for the medical and the healthcare educational. So I think the exciting AI training participate and Prisma is preferred reporting and the focused we are used for meta analysis for AI technology and the guardians with the followed the study they focused it in the AI tools enhance medical education and studies that the development result and sensitivity review real with the recent and publication for the recommended for the knowledge and the AI learning is the medical and healthcare information curriculum. So it is the best for the knowledge right now. And behavior also main important for the AI technology and a lot of the artificial intelligence working at the new way and new style. So since AI curriculum also been standard and competitive have not 100 determined. So a framework and a specialized for medical and healthcare education for the purpose. So we can say about this behavior and most important for the artificial intelligence and turning participant for our really life and real life. So we will share talk about this and AI training and medical healthcare and information education with purpose. So we will develop and more hope soon we will getting in more information about the AI. So we will use for this our real life. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Emman. Very insightful and in-depth answer. We really appreciate that. Jay, if I could pass that over to yourself from Metarace and if you've got anything to add there.
Yeah, sure. So touching on what Natalie said in the earlier question in terms of with AI reducing workloads and making all different sectors efficient, I think that that links perfectly in with this question. I'm from London. We have an NHS that's struggling at the moment. So I think in terms of that, AI could help massively. Why? Because we could use AI and health technology to improve administrative tasks within that in that healthcare where you might need 3 people during a day to do a shift, and AI could do that all by itself. So it would reduce the cost, the workload on people. It would also, as AI learns about each patient and all these kind of things, it would give you like an improved data output, or like a very like a diagnosis that would be like 99% correct, where maybe you may have to at the moment wait for like a 3-week referral, then wait for a specialist, and then months will go past. So these processes would probably be improved and made more efficient with the use of AI. So in healthcare, in terms of healthcare, I think it would be a massive benefit, and I think governments around the world should start trying to tap in to their technology, just like Natalie said, how gaming companies are using it for game testing, or simply proofreading their games and making sure everything on that level is correct. They could use it for their healthcare. In terms of education, I think it's massively important that if AI is used for education, that that you know, that it takes into account like ethical principles. I think recently they had a problem where an AI bot spazzed out or something, and it was like writing its own stuff. So I think it's, you know, it's definitely going to be better for, you know, healthcare, education, in terms of all of that stuff. But we also have to mind, be ethical and, make sure that the AI serves the best interest of society as a whole. You know, everything can use for a good purpose, but, you know, there's people out there that might be wanting to use it for a bad purpose. So we have to make sure that all these things are taken into account, in my opinion.
Thank you, Jay. Another great answer there from Metarace. Again, Lucky John, if I can pass this one over to yourself and hear how yourself and Artreus look at this question.
Right. I actually think it's actually going to affect based on like each region is going to have different kind of effect. Like Jay just mentioned, in the UK is actually going to have a very positive effect. So back here in Nigeria, it might actually have a negative effect when it comes to maybe the environment is not actually ready to accept AI technology. So, but when it comes to the health sector, if the amount of hardware technologies are not actually available at the moment to make use of those AIs, it's actually going to become a negative effect. So when it comes to the educational sector, like Jay mentioned, it's going to create boundaries. There are going to be some conflict with our ethical backgrounds. So let's see, for instance, there's a particular way Nigerians love learning. We love learning in a very hard way. So when you bring things easy to some particular people, they find it very hard to accept that fact that, okay, yes, you're actually supposed to be getting things very easy. So when it comes to the ethical backgrounds of some societies, it's going to be very difficult. But potentially, it's going to have a great impact on the health sector because, like he said, when you actually model data of previous results that were provided for past patients, you can actually develop good decisions for diseases that may occur in the future. So that's actually it from my opinion.
Thank you very much, Lucky John. We appreciate your opinion, and it was very interesting to hear, actually. So if we can just pass this one on to yourself, Natalie, from Fox Wallet, that would be great.
Yep. So actually, since again everything has been mentioned, but I will make it a little bit personal if you guys don't mind. I will just give 3 personal experiences on this then, like in terms of how it can affect a certain part of your life, you know, in terms of healthcare or education or whatsoever.
That would be nice.
Number one is in my family, there is a family member that has a certain condition. Okay, so after spending, I don't know how much time, like a year, you know, going to different doctors, after thousands of dollars of spendings, you know, a lot of research by yourself, you know, all the doctors telling you this and that and then whatever, you know, trying to find it on the internet. ChatGPT launches, you know, gets like really crazy popular. We go on to ChatGPT, you know what happens? It literally gives us everything in the right, proper way about the condition that we have, and we're like, really? So that's how it was apparently, like, because it can actually analyze everything that's on the internet, give you all the right researches, all the right info on that, which was very funny in a way. Of course, I understand that it can't be completely true, of course, because depending on the case and stuff, yeah. But personally, yeah, it was a very interesting kind of thing that happened with us, you know, after like spending so much resources personally on that, and then after that, ChatGPT could just answer it in a moment. Second one, in terms of education, so some of my friends who are teachers, they actually give feedback that ChatGPT gives amazing lesson plans. So just in case anybody is looking for that, I mean, I do disagree with the students using it, completely disagree. Maybe for some certain knowledge where you want to learn something, I don't know, like a topic in anatomy whatsoever, of course, that's a great thing. But in terms of, you know, creative work, it actually has a negative, I guess, influence there. And the third one is the fact that there was in the first part of your question, you asked about culture and social behaviors. Yeah. So it could be a little bit biased because I had my personal conversations, political conversations with ChatGPT, and it was very biased and I didn't like it. And I did try to prove it, and not only me, other people as well, and it kind of found the common ground. But you see, like, I realized that actually ChatGPT can even be influenced by a propaganda. So yeah, in terms of social behaviors, there's like yes and no there. So you have to be really, really careful on that ground, because it's not always that great or fantastic, and it's not always right. So yeah, I think I'm done here.
No, that was really interesting to hear. I can't say I've ever tried having a political debate with ChatGPT before, but I might put that on my list for later and see what that looks like. So thank you, Natalie.
I always make sure I say please and thank you to ChatGPT when I'm using it, just in case they take over the world one day and they will remember me being nice.
There you go. Lesson for everyone: be polite to your AI. You never know. Okay, so we're going to take this on to our final question that we have time for today. Thank you everybody for listening, and thank you to all of our speakers for joining. So moving on to the last one, and again, I'll pop this to yourself, Emram. So when developing and applying AIGC technology, how should we balance the technological innovation and the ethical issues? So how can we ensure that the development of AIGC does not have negative effects on humanity? And this topic here, I think, is a big sort of going to be a worldwide topic about AI, isn't it? And probably one of the bigger problems is how it affects humanity and stuff like that. So really, really interesting one. Again, Emma, I can leave that with you.
Okay, so yeah, it's a interesting topic about the humanity of the negative and the effect for humanity, because a lot of user and use for the access for AI right now and getting the smart solution right instant getting. So there is so much gain from the use of the AI and day by day functionality. So for the traditionally unstored data, AI technology has the potential identify the inside of the intelligence. So intelligence such as the animals and usual patterns, and technology has the potential identify insight. So actually, despite the potential of the AI, there can be also highest level of risks involved with the AI, and particularly when the entries develop and promote AI and the invest in the identification patterns. So using the unethical practice for the based on models like the in particular unethical is used by AI and potential use the efficiency. So increase cost, damage, and company reputation, and even cost. It could be adversely affect people interested and welfare. So AI implement that have rules that the ethical norms for statistic standard, and in the constant consensus phase of the innovation. As we know, we say bring the critical information fortunate to otherwise might miss it. So today's generation and technology participate a lot of the smart has the streak of the good balance. So it be good for the privacy laws and develop that's a necessary process. So it's be a reviews for the leads and the successfully development, the solution but not compromise. So in the inherent and social contract business have there the users. So here we can just giving some the topic about the established ethical principles like involve diversity, context to the assign risks of the assessment, and ensure the transparency. So ensure the transparency here we can talk about this. Deploy the AIGC technology should be transparent about the design, development, and the development for the technology. So it's including to disclose the data set and the algorithm used for teaching and making for the limited repairs. So in the conclusion, we will talk about this blessing technology innovation or the ethical content request to collaborate with the effort for the all the stakeholders like involved development, deployment is this technology, and by the established ethical problem like principle. And we can just say about this the transparency, ensure the transparency, implement of the security, and so focusing only on dialogue. So we can ensure the AIGC technology benefits for all of our humanity and without the negative effects. Yeah.
Thank you, Emma. Another brilliant answer from yourself. Really appreciated. And Jay, if I can chuck the same question over to you, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, sure. So I think we touched on the other questions on this. To keep it short and sweet, I think it's all about balance, just like everything in life. I think we should use AI to complement our jobs and help us be more efficient and proactive and all these things. But yeah, we mustn't be reliant on AI technology, because as our brains develop and as we use it more and more and more, we don't want a case where the AI is more intelligent than a human, or where the AI is potentially taking thousands or millions of jobs away from humans. So obviously that's not a good thing. So I think in short, yes, let's use AI to complement us rather than replace us.
Yeah, yes, we good.
Yeah, no, very good points. Very good points there. We don't want to give too much to AI. Sorry, I'm a little bit lost in where we are here. No, it's John next, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, got a bit confused for a moment there. John, if I can pass that over to yourself to answer the question, that would be brilliant.
All right. Sorry, can you actually read the question up again for me? I'm actually lost.
Yeah, I can. That's fine. At least I wasn't on my own there. We both had a little bit of a blip. Let's have a little look and see. Yes, the question, John, was when developing and applying AIGC technology, how should we balance the technological innovation and ethical issues? So how can we ensure that the development of AIGC does not have negative effects on humanity? So it's just that battle of, you know, ethics and AI and how it will affect humanity, really, John.
All right. From my opinion, I would actually say, like Jay mentioned, we shouldn't give AI too much information. But I think we're actually going to deny that fact, and we are still going to actually go ahead and give AI all our informations. But still, I think what's actually going to save us from that is educating each and every one of us on, let's say, the risks we may encounter when we eventually do that, because we would definitely do that. So the risks we may encounter when we actually do that, and how we can actually help resolve that when the problem finally comes. So people were actually arguing that, okay, AI is actually going to take jobs. Yes, it will, most definitely, but it will actually take some certain kind of jobs, and it won't take some certain kind of jobs, like creative jobs, like attending to surgical operations, and jobs like physical jobs that actually need your hands to actually do personally. So I think education is actually going to help us maybe improve on more job opportunities that may come while actually making use of AIs. So my opinion, I think education is actually going to help us erase that.
Thank you, John. And there's some great points again there. I think that's definitely a worry, isn't it, with the whole sort of ethical debate, is how many jobs AI is going to take. And, you know, I think it will create a lot of opportunities, as well as making it maybe more difficult job-wise for some people. But there are some things AI will never have that humans have, you know, like empathy and emotion, and there'll always be jobs where those things are needed and a human touch is needed, essentially. But no, great answer there. Natalie, if we can pass over to yourself at Fox Wallet, that would be great.
Absolutely. Actually, I would like to make a tiny remark about jobs. You know, I was thinking, but it happens all the time. You know what? When the computers came in, or coding, IT, yeah, everybody was like, no, it's going to take our jobs. Yeah, it did. But at the same time, we're humans, we adapt. Yeah. Same with the Industrial Revolution, right? Like when I remember when when I was a kid and my parents were like, yeah, you have to find a job that you can always apply, and stuff. No, that doesn't work, because you have certain basic set of skills, but at the same time you always have to adapt, you always have to learn. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what kind of job you are, what kind of genius you are. If you don't do that, you will eventually, if you don't keep up with the pace that the world is going on. But sorry. So regarding the ethics, actually. So Alex, before you mentioned that it's going to be a big topic soon, right? The AI ethics. Yeah. If you Google it, you'll be surprised. There's more information on AI ethics than on AI itself.
Really?
Literally, yes. There's actually a European Commission issued a whole document. There's 28 pages of something, on AI ethics only. So it's like a signed document and stuff that kind of defines the ethics, and there are actually 6 main
I've just Googled it. It's actually 84 pages.
84.
Wow.
I guess I got the short one. But basically the 6 main ones that I kind of saw was the respect for human agency, privacy and data governance, fairness and transparency, as was mentioned by Amran, right? Individual, social, environment, well-being, and stuff like that. So obviously, as what was mentioned before by the guys, as this kind of trade-off between the AI ethics and AI advancement, that's what very important. The balance. Second is the regulation, especially. We find out that eventually regulations are still very important, fortunately or unfortunately, by the governments and the governance. Then what would be very important probably in terms of ethics is the big corporations to initiate all these AI ethics, because that's how it all starts for the big corporations. That's how they kind of bring it to the masses, right? And just remember that probably the future of humanity sort of may depend on AI, on how we use it. Not depend on AI, but then AI ethics, whether we take it in the right way or in the wrong way. So that's my opinion.
No, and another great answer, thank you. And I'm sure we will all find out, all of the speakers here today and all the listeners of the AMA will see how this develops over the next few years, but it's been great to talk to you all and hear all of your opinions about AI. And how it's going to affect not only our projects in this space, but just life in general in the future. So once again, a massive thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you to everybody who's been listening. If you haven't already, please do remember to follow all of our socials and join our community for the latest news and updates. And be sure to go and check out all the project socials of all of our speakers today. That's all we have time for today. So we look forward to seeing you all on the next Metatalk, and have a great day. Again, thank you everybody for joining. Take care.
Thanks for having me, Caduceus.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.